Hello, everyone. Are you okay, Josh?
Yeah,
What happened?
I belched.
You what?
I passed the
Okay.
gas.
Through your mouth.
Yes.
You're not okay.
Don't start with this. We're not doing a goddamn skit
All right,
again.
all right, all right.
No, I wasn't gonna.
The skits are dead.
So how's everyone's day? Just start it simple.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was alright. I just got home from work.
Oh, I saw you.
Yeah, we got at my house at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man,
I don't.
the tension in here is pretty.
Yeah, guys, we haven't filmed in a week, so we're a little awkward.
From what I understand, we're continuing the Halloween festivities.
Yes, we're playing another game today, and
Well, I shouldn't act so surprised because I was the one who made the game.
yeah, you're asking us.
Yeah.
You're literally the one who made it up.
I didn't make it up.
You created it.
Yeah, I curated it.
Right.
We have a couple of things to get into before we do the game.
Yes. If you guys didn't see Instagram, which I'm sure you guys didn't, because nobody really looks at any of this anyways. What?
What the hell is it? What?
I'm just saying.
That's a bad
Our
attitude.
analytics are down. Anyways, we have 3 episodes coming out this week. We have our typical Sunday and Wednesday episodes, and then we have a special Friday the 13th episode coming out. So that actually comes out Friday at midnight. So you can either...
So is that like Friday going into
Thursday
Saturday?
night.
Oh,
Thursday night.
So
So start Friday off.
Okay.
Like an album.
So the second Friday starts.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
second Friday the 13th starts.
Okay.
Comes out. Because we're doing a new concept on the podcast. We're gonna be watching a movie and periodically pausing and...
I think we've talked about this. We haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
We have a few movies that we want to get to. We just haven't gotten around to filming them yet, but we'll definitely get them done for Halloween or October, whatever. Do you want to talk about what we're doing today, or do you want to get through our...
Well,
We can just say what we're doing and then get to the album review.
Okay, so today we're doing another bracket. I know not everyone is a big fan of the brackets, but this one should be fun because it's... I don't know if it should be called like Halloween Monsters bracket, because what I did is I took half and half. So half of the bracket is classic horror villains from movies. So like an example would be Michael Myers. He's a horror icon. And then the other half of the bracket is generic monsters like a goblin, a zombie.
Vampire.
Yeah, so it's the icons versus the classics. I don't know. We'll figure out a name for it. It'll be fun though.
Yeah. Sticking on to scary things, can we talk about how scarily bad the album Josh gave us was?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I listened to it last night.
For a refresher, it's Close to a World Below by Immolation.
I listened to this in the gym, which would be pretty much the ideal setting to listen to this album. And this album was terrible.
Hold on. Before we start like cooking the album, the instrumental was actually good. That's what I like about whatever genre this is.
Alright, so
This is a death metal album that I gave these boys.
Josh has had me listen to death metal before, and I enjoyed the few albums he's given to me. This one was like too much.
Yeah.
The voice, like you said it yesterday, it sounded like somebody was burping out the lyrics. And I think it sounded too much like a goblin. You know what I'm saying? like the guy sounded like a monster, but it wasn't in like a scary way. It was like in a corny way.
Yeah. I could see
And
that.
I also, when I listen to death metal, which isn't much, I like instrumentals that isn't a lot of guitar, and this had a lot of guitar.
I like the guitar.
I'm more of a
instrumentals.
drum guy. I like the drums.
Yeah, I guess, but I do like the guitar.
I like you guys talking about it because like you're both new to death metal, so it's like interesting to hear you guys talk through it. I know your opinion isn't a popular one because this is one of the most acclaimed or like well looked upon death metal albums.
If this album was no vocals, I would actually probably listen to it again.
So just an instrumental album.
Yes. I
Well-
mean, the people. I mean, that's a thing, especially
I
in
know.
death metal.
Yeah.
It's a very dark death metal album.
I know this is for every death metal album I've listened to, but I have to actually read the lyrics to know what the person's saying. It's
Well, I
really
mean,
hard
you're-
to understand the people.
You're not really supposed to.
Understand what they're saying.
No.
No, because when you do read into it, it's really not. This entire album was just like bashing Jesus, I guess.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you
like
read
a-
any of the lyrics, Cody?
I didn't want to.
It's not pleasant.
It's an overly anti-religious album, and it's like that's it's themed that way on purpose. Like it knows it's being like it's almost borderline on funny how I guess anti-religious it is. Like I'm trying to say like the artists know that they're being ridiculous.
They're doing it for like shock.
Yeah. It's like you know how horror movies
Right,
are overly
right,
gory
right,
and
right.
like shocking.
Yeah.
A lot of death metal is supposed to be shocking to like casual music listeners.
Did you guys? I'll bring it up after once we finish this because it's actually a good point that I have to bring up since we're on Halloween.
So maybe this wasn't a
But-
good. Well, I don't know if it's kind of your entry with death metal.
For Cody, it
Yeah.
is.
That's
It probably wasn't a good starting point. This is an album that even I wasn't a huge fan of it when I was first getting into metal, but it's grown on me a lot.
Now, I have a question for Cody because I know personally I'm very willing to give death metal another chance because there is some songs I like and some songs that are like for me especially good for the gym. Cody, was it the everything that you didn't like or was there just some aspects that you think that if maybe it was tweaked you would be able to enjoy it in a weird sense?
I mean, I don't know. I don't like the voice. Like, I don't like how it's such a weird tone.
You think because it was so deep, the voice, and also everything else on this album, like the guitars are very low and down tuned. Like this album in particular is very like dense and deep
I know what you're
and
saying.
dark.
Like the album cover is like perfect for what the album
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So do you think you didn't like the voice because of how like it just blends in and it's like low and like deep?
Yeah, I
Like,
guess.
do you think if there was something like on the heavier like drum side and more of a clearer voice, it would be enjoyable?
Like
Yeah,
did you
maybe.
absolutely hate this album or did you find were there any elements of
Was
it?
was this genre for you? Was it savable? Is it possible?
I only like instrumental, I guess, death metal.
I think you should give it another chance this week.
No,
Josh,
well-
for death metal.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna give you guys a different genre this week, but this conversation changed my mind because I have a couple albums in my head,
Just
but I am switching how I'm giving them to you because I'm gonna give you another death metal album.
I think you should give us a newer one. I think that's what me and Cody are both.
I know. I think this is not a newer one, but I think if you guys both like hate this one, then you're not gonna like anything.
Well, I know I like some already that you.
I think you'll like this, and I think Cody will be able to appreciate this because it's not. It's like it's death metal, but it's classified as progressive death metal, so it's more instrumental focused.
Just in case anybody out there is curious as to what death metal is, or what, like I was talking about with the lyrics and Cody saying he didn't even want to listen to them. At 1 a.m. last night, I received a text in the group chat from Josh. He sent some lyrics from one of the songs by a band called Cannibal Corpse, which is one of the most famous death metal bands. From what
Yeah.
I don't really, I know I'm talking like I'm like a big death metal guy, but
you just know what
I'm just
I've
versed in
told
it
you.
because of what we've talked about it before, and
I'm no
listened to
expert
some of
either.
this stuff.
I'm not an expert either.
I mean,
but
obviously a lot more than me.
yeah.
This song is called "I Come Blood," and the lyrics he sent was, "The greatest thrill of my life, to slit my own cock with a knife."
Isn't that funny? Like it's clearly being ridiculous just to like be ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So our DoorDash just got here. I have to go grab it. Don't even pause it though. I'll be quick.
Okay. Yeah. So Kyle's stepping out. You're willing to give death metal more chances, or at least one more chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the heavy voice, I guess. It just blends in, like Kyle
Yeah.
said.
So I think the album I'm going to give you guys, it's still death metal vocals, but it's not as low. These vocals are a little more like mid register. You can kind of actually almost, For the most part, I think you can understand the lyrics actually in this album.
Okay.
And this is like this band is, I don't know if I would say they're like the pioneers of death metal, but they're one of the most respected death metal bands.
Okay.
And like they paved the way for a lot of artists. So they're like a classic death metal band.
Okay. You said Close to a World Below is top 3 for you, right?
For yeah, I would say so.
All right. It's so odd that like how
Just because of, like-
perspectives are.
Yeah, I mean, I like metal that's dark. I think you could both agree that that album is very dark. The one you listen to,
Yeah.
it's very dark. I like dark metal.
What did I miss? Do I
Just
not-
no,
do I-
we just reiterated. I told him like the album I'm giving you guys is, you know, the band. It's Death.
Oh, I've listened to Death before. I like Death.
I think he'll like them.
Death has a very unique voice too. With the, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Chuck.
not the guy,
Yeah.
but yeah, Chuck.
Chuck and Death. He's one of the best like guitarists and vocalists. I don't know. I think if you're willing to give it a chance, you can maybe appreciate some of it more. So the album is called Symbolic, and the band is Death.
I think I listened to the album that's on your wall.
Leprosy. That's a little more old school death metal. Symbolic is, like I said, more instrumental focused, more musically.
These guys look kind of hot. I'm not even gonna lie. Is that Chuck?
Well, yeah, that's Chuck.
Chuck looks kind of sexy.
Chuck is dead, sadly. I think
Oh.
he had cancer.
Was that the guy that had throat cancer?
Yes, I think it was throat cancer.
Yeah. All right. I remember you telling me about that too. Are we listening to the remastered version?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
it's 9 songs. So there's, for some reason when they upload them on Apple Music, there's like 30 songs.
So just listen to up to Perennial Quest. 'Cause
Yeah.
The rest are demos.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna give you guys their last album they released before the band broke up, The Sound of Perseverance, but I think that's a little too. It's not. It's a little too advanced and progressive. I think Symbolic is a good representation of solid instrumental focused death metal.
Is that the one?
Yes, that's the one. Just listen. I mean, you could probably listen to the first one. Is remastered like different? Is it improved audio?
Yeah, it's gonna sound a little
Oh,
better.
okay.
So you might.
listen up to song 9.
This has like different.
Just don't listen to the demos.
I think it has different things though. Like
Let me
it's
see.
different. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid.
No,
okay.
Just listen up to 9 and then listen to
And
the
then
demos.
when you were gone, Cody said to me, "Close to a World Below" is in my top 3. The album you guys listened to. Remember, I told you guys it's in my top 3 death metal albums.
So yeah.
So he was saying like, perspective is weird. How like it's in my top 3, and then you guys pretty much hated it.
Well, yeah. That's that.
My goal is to. I hope that siren's not too loud. My goal is to get you guys to listen to enough that I could give you my top 3, and then you could listen to my top 3 and like be able to hear the differences amongst them. Because right now, do you think that a lot of death metal just sounds the same?
Yeah.
Kind of.
It-
I want to be. I want to be able to differentiate it though.
Yeah, like I kind of expected when you assigned it to us. I kind of expected that to sound like it did.
Yeah. So like, I'm at the point now where I have preferences in the like subgenres of death metal that I like,
Yeah.
and I was never at that point before. Like when I first started listening to it, when I listened to like Cannibal Corpse, for example, I was like, "What the hell is this?" But now I'm like,
Well, you even listen to bands that don't even speak English, right?
yeah,
it's more about
because you
the-
don't have to listen. I don't listen to death metal for the lyrics. Like if you read the lyrics, it's a nice bonus to like get into the mood of the album.
Mhm.
But I don't care about. I like the voice to be more of like the ribbon on top for like it complements the instrumentals very well.
Yeah.
But like I was telling Cody, I
understand.
think in this Death album, I think you can understand some of the lyrics because his voice is pretty clear.
Cody, if you come to the gym with us tonight, you want to listen to it there.
Sure.
That's what I've been
All
doing
right.
with Kyle. I've been
Yeah,
just
he's
putting
been-
on metal with him.
Even he's been making me listen to this stuff even from not just from the podcast.
And you like some of it, right? Like
Right,
you, well, I know which one you liked. I could say.
As Gomorrah Burns by Cryptopsy. I think that one was pretty good.
There's a new album coming out November 3rd by Suffocation. Very excited for that. And this is not going to be like a death metal podcast. I just think death metal and metal in general fits October.
Yes.
That's why I'm doing this.
All right, what I wanted to bring up before was, did you guys see the trailer for the new movie called Thanksgiving?
No.
No.
I don't know if it's like Addison Rae's in it, but it's a horror movie and it actually looks kind of good. It's a slasher film, and it's kind of like, you know, like Scream where there's like the killer,
Yeah.
but this killer is it's a Thanksgiving movie, and the killer is dressed as like a pilgrim with like a scary mask on. But like in the preview, the method of killing, like, you know, the picks that go in the corn on the cob.
Oh yeah.
He like went up behind a girl and like did this inside her ears, and he like
Like
stabs her with it.
as in like ears of corn.
Yeah,
See,
She, like,
but like
and
stuff
then-
like that. That's what I mean about death metal. It's like goofy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then he like tied up a girl like a turkey and put her in the oven in an oven.
That same the way that stuff appeals to horror fans is how that type of metal appeals to someone like me.
Yeah, but I just like that movie. It kind of looks kind of interesting. A Thanksgiving horror film, a
It's
slasher film.
definitely different. It's definitely unique.
I kind of want to watch it.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go to the theater to watch it, but
Well, I'm a pussy, so I probably wouldn't be able to.
yeah.
I watched Scream 6 last week. It was actually really good though, because I've seen Scream. I saw Scream 5. I haven't watched the originals, but
Well, didn't we want to watch the
we're gonna do the original watch at some point this month. We might have to do a couple extra episodes because we have a
I'm
lot
fine
of
with
watch
that.
alongs that we want to do, but I don't want those to ever take the place of a episode.
Yeah.
We don't have any other regular segments for.
We could do that now.
I was gonna do it
So we
with
could
snack
split it
time.
up. We want to do it with snack time.
Yeah, we'll make a
Alright,
little.
So that will be on
segment.
next episode.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
I'm ready to get into the.
I mean, I have a bunch of things to talk about, but I'll save it for next episode
Yeah.
because we don't have a game.
Yeah, let's see if
You have it like written down.
I have like
Okay.
5 topics. I've
Yeah.
been prepared this
yeah
week.
we have a game for this
Yeah.
episode. I mean, so we'll get right into it. It's like I explained. It's the monster / horror icon bracket.
So, are we doing it who would win in a fight or who's better?
I think we take into account who would win in a fight, but I think we just judge it based on like what we like and who's
Overall, just overall
cooler.
everything.
Yeah. All elements, all
Alright,
aspects.
that works.
There's
works.
32.
Mhm.
And the way I set it up was every matchup, at least for the first round, I think it'll be until the end. Every matchup is going to be an icon versus a monster.
Yeah. Oh, I have one more thing to say.
Oh, go ahead.
I think at this point we can officially say that our audio quality will be improving sometime within the next month and probably month.
Yeah.
A month and a half at the longest.
We have some.
We have
We have it figured out. We just have to put it all together.
I mean, right now we literally sit around an iPad on voice memos.
Yeah, and that could be holding back our listenership because
Right. But we are getting improved
And
audio.
improved setup.
We're
Yes.
getting mics. We're going to be able to, as long as I can figure out all the technical stuff with
I'll help
the
you with that.
mics, we will be improving our audio within, I say, give me a month and a half. And you guys
Max.
will start seeing improvement. That's like a 99% guarantee I can make.
You know, speaking of improvement and month and a half and stuff, I just want to say real quick, our what is it, day one or one day?
Yeah.
One day
Yeah.
or day one, whatever.
I think it's finally gotten into,
Well, we said we wanted to have progress by New Year's. So I'm just like, this is just like a little update. We have almost 3 full months and I'm well into it. And I think you guys are like finally like settling into it, getting well into it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we keep holding each other accountable on air.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I've been going to the gym and I'm actually loving working out regularly again. I don't know why I like always fall off track, but
hmm
I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to finally fall into a routine.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna go to the gym tonight, possibly after this
Me
episode.
and Josh are at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his fault if he doesn't go. He has something.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
He has a party to go to.
We will start the bracket now.
All right.
Go ahead.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is about the bracket, though. This is about the bracket. I don't want to sound like an idiot when I'm talking about any of this stuff, but I know there's characters in here that I know nothing about.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So
we'll get through it.
I think you do though, and you can explain to me and Cody. Because
I might have to do a quick Google search to like find out specifics, but we'll get through it.
I'm not a horror expert at all. I'm the furthest thing away from that. So
Okay. Round 1, first matchup. A vampire versus the Predator from Predator. You know, Aliens versus Predator, whatever.
the movie, the Fortnite skin. What?
What?
Cody
What?
You're looking at me
confused.
like I don't
I'm just,
know.
I don't know. I'm just looking around.
This is a generic vampire. It's not like Count Dracula or whatever. It's
It's
just
just a vampire.
yeah.
So
you
like
know,
they count.
yeah, a vampire that
I got the vampire winning.
Okay, well, let's first off, let's go on a fight. I think the vampire does win.
I don't know. Did you ever see Predator, the original?
I have not. So
The predators are scary. They can see thermal vision, like they can cloak themselves.
yeah, but vampire actually because vampires also can't go outside in the sun.
Right.
The predator could also just get some garlic.
The predator shoots like plasma cannons out of its shoulders. It has extendable blades.
Can vampires fly?
Well, I'm thinking vampires can turn into bats.
Right,
when
like
they
a
want.
generic comic vampire.
Yeah, like a vampire turns into a bat, can't go outside during the day. It sucks blood.
Yeah, how would it get a predator if it's like?
I think the predator would win, but I like vampires better.
Imagine if the vampire did like bite the predator and we had a vampire
Yeah, like
predator.
it like mutated.
That would be sick.
I just like the predator. I mean, the vampire. The idea of a vampire better than predator. I think predator is a cool monster, but the overall lore of a vampire is more appealing to me. I like vampires better.
I agree. I think predator is just very typical in the genre of. What would you consider that genre?
Just like a monster. It's a monster. A
Just-
monster
it
movie.
just kills. It doesn't have like a.
Well, it's like it's a tribal monster. Like it has a tribe. It lives in forests. Like it's not just
Well,
like
yeah,
a blood
but
hungry.
I don't. Well, it kind of is. It
It kills the people in the forest because it thinks its house is being invaded.
true. But vampire. When you dumb down what a vampire is, it's so stupid.
It is.
It's a
but
really, really pale person who can't go outside, lives forever,
It needs blood to eat.
needs blood, has fang teeth,
Yeah, but
and
that's
can't
like-
have garlic.
It's cool though. Like
Is
it's
it?
cool. Think about it. It like it sucks blood.
Think about all the Italian dishes he can't have though, because of the
Because it can't
garlic.
have garlic.
Well, you know he's not Italian. Look at how white a vampire is. What ethnicity do you think a vampire is?
They're like Eastern Europe.
Swedish.
They're like European.
They're European.
They're from,
Aren't
like-
they like Norwegian?
Hang on.
I think they're Norwegian.
Something in like Scandinavia.
Aren't they from Transylvania? I don't know if that's an actual.
That is not a real place.
Isn't Transylvania like a? Wasn't
Oh,
Transylvania an
Hotel
old place?
Transylvania.
Like the movie, the kids movie.
Yeah, no, I was right. Eastern Europe.
Like not even northern, just Eastern Europe.
It
Like
says
Russia.
the concept of a vampire originated in Eastern Europe, specifically Bulgaria.
Where is Bulgaria?
Eastern Europe.
Cody, can you do your best impression of a vampire saying Bulgaria?
I don't even know how they speak.
I was saying I want to suck your blood with a vampire accent.
I don't even know if I could perform this. I'm just gonna make like an Italian accent. I'm not doing this.
Okay. Are we having vampire win?
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess.
I mean, vampires are cool. I don't know. I think Predator's not even like a horror.
It's-
I mean,
If you're in the movie and you're in the human's position, it's definitely horrific and scary. I don't think
Yeah.
Predator is necessarily a horror movie, but it's horrific. Predator getting out in the first matchup of the first round kind of sucks, but whatever.
yeah.
Vampires.
It's also to the vampire. The vampire
Yeah, the
going out
vampire's
the
a
first round
classic.
would be.
Yeah.
How come
Okay.
you didn't put Dracula like from like?
Because I had to make it even, and I was having trouble coming up with enough generic monsters, so I just left vampire as generic.
I see. Okay.
Because Dracula and vampires do the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
The next matchup is Breeze, an evil scarecrow versus Michael Myers.
Oh, evil scarecrow, a long shot.
Who would win? When you think about it,
Michael Myers.
would he though? Because aren't
scarecrow
aren't
is
they
just
both like indestructible though? Like a evil scarecrow.
Well, what if you light him on fire?
Yeah, isn't a scarecrow just made of straw and it's just like possessed?
Yeah, but if it's possessed, you can't just light it on fire, can you?
No, Michael Myers is like.
I mean, obviously that Michael Myers is gonna win, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
Isn't Michael Myers like immortal too?
Well, yeah, but a lot of these characters are, so we're gonna have to.
And Michael Myers is huge. He's like 7 feet tall and he's huge.
Bro,
What do you
that's
think
so
about it?
Michael.
Michael, he's just a man though. He
But
was just
he's,
like a
like,
kid who was like
indestructible.
abused. Like what? I don't even know. Was that Michael Myers or was it Jason who like got thrown in the lake when he was a kid?
Jason.
That was Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Michael Myers has the butcher's knife
Yeah.
as the weapon. I don't know. I don't really care about scarecrows. I think like they look cool, but
The only scarecrow I can actually think of is the one from Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
This is just
I mean,
like-
that one was really cool, but I don't think that's what we're going on here.
this is just
so.
a scarecrow that you would see in like a field that gets possessed and like terrorizes people. I don't know. Who cares?
Thinking of like the regular show episode they did.
I don't know if I don't think I've seen it.
I don't even know if that had a scarecrow.
I think Michael Myers easily
Yeah.
over an evil
I
scarecrow.
mean, yeah.
Okay. The next one, a goblin versus Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
Are we talking the puppet or the guy for Jigsaw?
Well, the puppet is just a representation of the guy. Like the
The-
puppet is just
Here's what I'm gonna say. The guy, Jigsaw, he's a pussy. Oh, I have cancer. I'm gonna make some guy fucking break his own hand now.
well.
Is that mad at the world?
I forgot what the premise of the movies were, where he like took people
He-
that did crimes and then made them like
I can.
do things to other people.
So
I don't know.
Well, it's I forgot the guy's name. I know it's Tobin Bell. I don't know the name in the.
Human Jigsaw.
I don't know the name in the actual movie. Saw X just came out, so apparently it's like really good.
I don't really like the Saw movies.
I don't really want to watch them. I read about them, and I don't think I want to see any of that. But for an example of what Saw is, in the most recent movie, the guy was diagnosed with cancer. I don't know if they just keep retelling the story, or there's some sort of like chronological thing. But I know in the first movie the guy had cancer and like he wanted to get back at criminals or something. But in this movie, Saw X, the guy in the movie got diagnosed with cancer, and it was like a late form, rare or whatever, and he wasn't gonna survive. So he like apparently some of the people in the medical field like did him wrong or something to make it so he couldn't survive. So he kidnapped them, and like one of the traps was the guy had to break his own fingers, like crush his own fingers one by one, or get his eyes sucked out by vacuums.
So it's
just making people
sick,
do
twisted
like,
stuff.
yeah, like the first movie the guy had to cut his leg off to save himself from dying.
Yeah.
Like, or I don't know if that was the first movie, but
Um,
there's a bunch.
a goblin does not have anything on Jigsaw. And by a goblin, I mean a little green guy with pointy ears and
Like the
But
ones
that's
from
what
Clash of
we're
Clans.
talking about.
yeah, a goblin. Just so
I mean, they're cooler.
it's a monster.
They're cooler though.
It's cooler, but it's.
Who would win in a fight? I think the goblin would.
I think the goblin would get stuck in a saw trap and would be screwed. The goblin would end up in a trap somehow.
I mean, to be fair, in Clash of Clans, they do die very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jigsaw's better as a whole than a little.
I don't know.
giant.
I just think the actual like, I don't know. Just knowing that it's a guy who has cancer. Just angry at the world.
But what is a goblin? Like,
I know that's. I'm still kind of like. I wish we were more clear because like I don't think there is a clear like.
I'm gonna show you. It's like this, a little green, like
yeah.
a little green guy with a little knife, who has a devious look on his face. He has pointy ears. Just a little troll. I don't know.
I think Warsaw has it.
Whenever I search how powerful are goblins, all that comes up is Harry Potter. In Harry Potter, it says they have power over certain elements. They can forge magical metals.
I think goblins can like do magic, like cook stuff, like make spells, but I don't think they can like conjure magic out of their hands and stuff.
I think that both of these characters or whatever are very weak in the grand scheme of this bracket. But we can go with Jigsaw here.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is a ghost versus Pinhead from Hellraiser.
How is anybody in this tournament gonna beat a ghost? It's the most famous like horror thing ever.
In my eyes, it's a ghost, like a white sheet-looking ghost with black eyes. Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but-
picturing.
What do ghosts even do?
They float around.
They're spirits. They're apparitions. They
Yeah, but can ghosts really haunt you?
Yeah, they
Or
can
is
just-
that demons?
No, ghosts can haunt you.
Yeah, but can they do things though, like physically, or can they just haunt you? Because I know demons can physically do stuff, but like,
Okay, so in this, for the purpose of this bracket, demon is on here. And in my eyes, a demon is an actual physical
Yeah.
devil with like a pitchfork.
right? But there's something that was just isn't a demon someone that died and then like got instead of becoming a ghost, it became a demon.
In possession movies, yes. But for the sake of this bracket, a ghost can possess you.
A ghost is like what, like poltergeist?
Yeah, like a ghoul, a ghost,
Okay.
all that is the same. In this, a demon is a physical red.
And a ghost can actually possess somebody, like The Exorcist or something.
Yes.
So a demon's like the devil, kind of, in this.
It's a
Yeah.
physical form of a
Or like
ghost.
you know what an imp is? It has like the little wings and it flies around. It has like a mini. It's like the minion in Clash, you know,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
like that kind of.
It's not like a gargoyle.
No, gargoyle is different.
Oh.
Let's stick
Versus
with
what? It was versus
it's Pinhead from Hellraiser.
So I was talking to you before about Pinhead.
Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
That's such a stupid name.
Hellraiser
Pinhead.
Hellraiser's a weird movie.
Sounds like it'd be on like SpongeBob or something.
Pinhead Larry. Exactly.
Was it Pinhead Larry?
Yeah. Was it not?
I don't remember.
Pinhead is the neutral representation of hell.
He's a physical manifestation of hell.
He's the embodiment. Excuse me, the embodiment of hell. So he controls a group of Cenobites, I don't know if it's Cenobites or Cenobites, but they're just like a group or a gang of otherworldly creatures that,
Kill.
yeah, they go to Earth and they try to recruit other Cenobites.
I think we should watch this movie on the podcast.
Pinhead is designated as the Hell Priest.
Okay.
Hellraiser's it's a very weird movie, but I don't know.
Well, there's
it's-
a bunch of them, isn't there?
Yeah, they all suck besides one. I like Hellraiser and I like Pinhead a lot.
This is a tough one for me because there's no like famous ghosts. It's just like ghosts in general.
That's what's tough about this bracket because it's generic versus icon.
Right. Who's the most iconic ghost? Is it Casper?
SpongeBob.
Yeah,
That one ghost
Casper.
episode.
Casper, I guess.
But he's
Flying-
like the friendly ghost.
Exactly.
So-
Aren't like all the most famous ghosts like the friendly ones? And then Ghostbusters, you can't take any of that seriously. And then even when you look at like The Exorcist, they're not even called ghosts, even if that's what we're considering them as. So I feel like ghosts are like
I think realistically we have to go Pinhead.
I agree because I feel like even if ghosts are like the most famous piece of horror, like you know what I'm trying to say?
It's the most known like Halloween thing, but it's not like
There's
they're
not.
scary.
It's the most known thing, but then when you think about it, there are like no known ghosts. So I think we have to go Pinhead here.
I would agree. Pinhead is cooler and better.
Yeah, Pinhead does look pretty cool though. I wish he had a better name.
Pinhead Larry?
I don't know if his official name is Pinhead, but in the movie he's referred to as by other people.
Pinhead.
Oh no, Pinhead.
The next one is a werewolf versus the shark from Jaws.
That's a Halloween
That's a horror movie.
like a monster?
Yeah, Jaws is not a
It's
fun
sh-
movie.
It's a shark though.
I know, but it's in the movie. It's the antagonist.
Wait,
It's
so
that
what's,
specific one though. No other sharks.
Yes.
what's the most like common werewolf then?
The one from Twilight.
No, like from the American Werewolf in London, that movie, like the old werewolf movie.
I think the idea of a werewolf is
It's very cool.
cool and a lot like very Halloween like
Yeah,
Yeah, a guy who turns into a wolf at night.
on a full moon.
Yeah, that's like very Halloween and it's very cool.
the shark is literally just.
It's a shark. Like, there's not much to say. It's a shark.
Jaws is definitely scary though.
Yeah, but I feel like even if you put like the Meg, that would be scarier. I know it's not as known, but
Well, this is just because it's icons. Like the
did you
Jaws
look
shark
up?
is.
Did that come up when you looked it up?
Yeah.
Was that there?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna go with
I got werewolf.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I would go werewolf too. A skeleton versus Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
Oh, a skeleton.
Can I go? Who would win between a werewolf and a shark? The Jaws shark.
The
That would
shark.
be an interesting matchup, though. How do you know the shark would win? Because
Okay, if it's on land, the werewolf would win, but
what if it's like on a beach, so they each get their own?
I still think the shark would win.
That's interesting. I think the werewolf
Yeah,
could win because it's
no,
probably faster.
I think Jaws will win.
I've never seen Jaws either. I gotta
I've seen parts of it. I never watched it in full.
Sharknado. We gotta watch that movie.
It's,
A skeleton versus Jason.
yes.
Again, who's the most famous skeleton in
The one
movies?
from Minecraft.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
mean,
just
it's
like
what,
a
like Ghost Rider or whatever. Is that no? Wait, what's the? You know that one I'm talking about? Right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that what
know
it's
what
called?
you're talking
yeah. I don't know if
about.
Ghost Rider's a skeleton though. He just has a flaming skull head.
Yeah.
Are skeletons that scary? It's just bones.
I mean, if
I mean, I guess bones could be
a
scary.
reanimated skeleton walking around is pretty scary.
But it's not scarier than Jason.
I mean, if I saw some dude with a mask just walking up to me.
No, it's definitely not scarier than Jason. I think Jason could just crush the skeleton into dust.
Yeah. I think based off of that alone, we have to pick Jason.
He could literally take the skull in his hand and just crush it. Yeah, Jason easily. Like this is not even a question. Next is Frankenstein's monster versus a xenomorph from Alien.
I gotta look that up.
If you look up
It also has a Fortnite skin, Cody. If
Alien
that helps you.
Alien xenomorph with an X,
Oh, this dude.
yeah.
So what do these aliens do? What are they capable of?
Well, they're huge. They spit acid. Their tail is like barbed. They have claws. I don't know, like
They have a weird head.
yeah. There's the face hugger, which I don't know if it's a baby alien or it's a different type of alien, but it latches onto your face.
They
Crawl
got,
on ceilings and walls.
they got like grills.
They're like they're like spiders kind of.
I mean, they're really cool looking.
In the Alien movie, the first Alien movie, one like rips out of someone's stomach. I don't know how it gets in the stomach, but they're just violent spider-like aliens.
There's a lot of them too.
Yeah, it's this whole species.
What the
Is
hell?
this another movie where just like they go around killing? Or it's like
It takes the first one takes place in space, and I don't know if it's like the eggs or whatever, but they're definitely hostile. I don't really know how they get on the ship or the space state, wherever they are in space. I don't know how they come across them, but
versus
Frankenstein.
this Frankenstein, like, it's just a big green guy, isn't it? It's not. That's not even.
It's a green guy that's created by
It's created by Frankenstein.
yeah. It's Frankenstein's monster.
Like,
Frankenstein was Dr.
Is it
Frankenstein.
just like people with dead people's like?
Yeah, I
parts
mean, it's someone.
reattached?
I'm pretty sure it's like someone's brain put into a monster. It has the bolts in its neck, like it's made.
Right, and then he's like, "It's alive."
Yeah, it's
And
just it's reanimated.
right, but does it do anything, or does it just like walk like this, like with its
I don't
hands
think it
out?
can. I think it's like a big, slow, lumbering idiot.
Exactly, or like a alien who can spit acid.
The alien, all the alien has to do is swipe at it once, and it just like rips it in half.
Yeah.
Or whip it with his tail.
Yeah, spit acid
Or-
at it.
I mean, it's got to be the
Whatever
alien
it does,
too.
it's dead.
The alien wins. The next one is the swamp monster versus Scream, or not Scream, Ghostface from Scream. Sorry,
So the swap monster meaning like
I'm gonna show you what
just like a guy in a ghillie suit.
like this. It's like the amphibian looking swamp creature. If you Google swamp creature, it looks like a giant amphibian.
So like Wasty Mermaid.
Yeah, yeah.
Fortnite.
I mean, I know my pick because Ghostface is my favorite horror character like ever.
It
But-
it'd definitely be it'd definitely be the most
Are we
scary.
talking about the Ghostface character as a whole, or like the OG? Like,
Just Ghostface in any Scream movie.
oh, then it has to be Ghostface.
I don't know if it is. Ghostface could be any of us.
Exactly.
it's-
That's why it's so cool.
I think it'd be the scariest to face.
Ghostface?
Yeah, I guess.
Because he always calls you first too, and he talks to you while. Like,
It's literally a
right-
Halloween costume. Like
Yeah,
there's
but-
nothing special about it.
somehow, some way,
He kills you.
he's very good. Like usually in the movies, there's multiple, so it's so like
It's basically a serial killer that wears a stupid mask and
yeah.
a robe.
But he also think about the way he kills, repeatedly stabs. It's very excessive.
Oh my god, he stabs
What
people.
does the
Wow.
what does the swamp monster do?
It's a monster that lives in a swamp. It looks like a giant.
So what's he gonna do? Come to the desert and kill me?
Whoever goes to the swamp though,
People live near a swamp.
so don't go in the swamp, and the monster won't get you.
It comes out.
Ghostface can be anywhere. He could be outside our window right now. It could be Cody. It could be me and Cody. It could be all three of us.
Look at this swamp monster from the old movies.
You're
It
telling
was-
me that
Yes.
beats out?
I don't like. I never was intrigued by Ghostface. So my vote's gonna be for the swamp monster.
I have to pick Ghostface here, and I think this is because I've probably seen the movies and where the story has gone, and it makes you appreciate the culture of Ghostface a lot more. Because in the later movies, almost became like a cult.
All right.
People were impersonating Ghostface.
Yeah.
But Cody's our
I think the
tiebreaker
Moisty
here.
Merman is a stupid idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Ghostface. A zombie versus Hannibal Lecter, who is the killer in Silence of the Lambs. Basically, he's a cannibal serial killer versus a zombie.
What zombie are we going off of?
Like a Walking Dead zombie. A slow.
Well, who's winning in a fight? Because if this guy's a cannibal, he can't eat the zombie.
He doesn't have to. He can kill it.
But he's a cannibal. That's his whole thing. If he's gonna kill the person, he's gonna eat it too.
I don't think him being a cannibal means he can't win in a fight.
But then he doesn't even get to do his signature. I'm gonna eat you.
Oh, he
That's
can, I guess.
I mean, he'll die then, and then who's the real winner?
Why would he die?
Well, who would win in a fight? Because if it's one zombie versus one human, I think any human would win.
Yeah. I don't think Hannibal Lecter is going to win this round.
You don't?
No, it's just a
Have
kill.
you seen the movie?
I don't think I've seen it in full.
Like what does he do? Does he just some of these movies confuse me so much because in the movie does he just go around killing people and
Like
then
it's-
eat them?
I'm pretty sure he gets caught, and then I think he convinces somebody to let him out. I don't know though. The whole movie's not just him going around killing. It's not a slasher movie.
Okay,
It's
well
a
I'm
thriller.
gonna pick the
I
zombie.
feel
here.
like they're very alike.
I mean, if you look at it, yeah, they both consume humans.
But I think iconic.
I mean,
Zombies are so much cooler. The
Yeah.
lore behind a zombie.
Right.
We did a whole episode on zombies. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone could be in this spot if they're a cannibal.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just some guy with a stupid name.
We have a giant spider versus Freddy Krueger.
Oh, a
my
giant
God.
spider.
Just
Oh.
a giant spider, like a big spider,
Yeah,
or Freddy Krueger.
yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not every entry is going to be an all-star. There's got to be some 16 seeds, 8 seeds, whatever you want to
this
say.
is our 16 seed right here.
Um,
Well, Freddy Krueger. I mean, how is a spider gonna beat Freddy Krueger?
it's not. Freddy Krueger could, well, in my opinion, Freddy Krueger has a shot at winning this whole thing.
Well, I agree because
Freddy Krueger is probably my favorite iconic horror guy. Because
he's up
he's
there for me.
he's funny, but not in like a like
He's unintentionally funny.
yeah. He's just charismatic, is what I would say.
Right. He wears a fedora and a red striped sweater.
But you know, remember we watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, that movie was really good.
He's in it for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that. He has, I think
The movie's like an hour and 45 minutes, and he's on the screen for 8 minutes.
right, and he has that. I was listening to this on another podcast actually. They were saying I think he was second behind Darth Vader
Yeah, I saw that.
for the least amount of screen time as the main character
Like
in a movie.
and like the most impact.
Right, but
Like-
think about how much impact he had.
Yeah, the
in that-
entire movie is everyone.
Have you
Like,
ever seen that movie, Cody?
No,
oh,
I haven't.
the original Nightmare on Elm Street is so good. It's
To
one of my
watch that here.
favorites.
I would watch it again.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
Freddy Krueger has a clawed hand.
Right.
Um,
he also can be in the real world. Well, can he be in both, or is it just dreams? I forgot.
I think they skew it and twist it so you're not even supposed to know. I think the movie is supposed to make you think like it's supposed to make you feel like the people in the movie where they're like, am I awake? Am I dreaming? Am I really seeing him? Am I
Right,
not?
because in the movie
Because in the movie they don't really tell you.
he can kill you in your dream, and if he kills you in your dream, then you die in real life.
Yeah, so basically in the movie everyone's afraid to fall asleep because they're worried he's gonna appear.
Right, but then he also, I think, appears in when you're awake too, like in both. So he's versatile in that way, of being able to go into the dream world
Between
and the real
dimensions,
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger easily.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
The next round is going to be a witch versus Annabelle.
What,
I've
what
never
kind of
seen-
witch?
Just a classic, like, witch hat wearing witch. I don't know how to explain it. She can,
Just someone that like brews potions.
yeah.
What does Annabelle do? I've never.
It's just a possessed doll.
But like,
A witch is like, does magic, rides a broomstick, stuff like that.
but Annabelle and like Chucky are like the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, but Annabelle's not, Chucky's funny at least.
I don't think Annabelle walks around and talks. I think Annabelle's
Oh.
literally just a doll that, like,
No, she's like the possessed one.
So
Yeah,
what does she
so-
do in her movie?
I never watched Annabelle, to be honest with you.
I've watched it, but
Wait.
it's hard to explain.
Does she
just
possess
kills
people? Did she possess people?
I don't.
Like, does she, like, indirectly kill people because the doll, like, can't really,
Yeah, I guess.
like, walk around and stuff?
I mean,
Like,
hold
she
on.
manipulates the environment around her. I don't know if that makes
That
sense.
seems really stupid to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the witch here. Witches are cool.
Yeah, the reason Annabelle's on this list is because when I say Annabelle, everyone can picture what the Annabelle doll looks like.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the Annabelle doll does.
No. Again, like I said with the vampire, the lore of a witch and what a witch can do is so much cooler and
Right.
cool in general.
Annabelle's just a doll. Can't you just like cut her head off?
I don't know. I thought it's a possessed doll. I don't know if you cut the head off if the demon's gonna come out, but
The thing is, Annabelle like can't get killed. Like she always comes back somehow, even if she's buried.
yeah, but I don't really care about, like, I don't know, like, okay, I'm not scared of dolls anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And there's also the other part of witches where, like, the realistic aspect of it, where people were, like, killed in public because, like, the Salem witch trials,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that's crazy. I don't know if you've ever, like, read about what went on. I think one of my classes, we talked about it for, like, I mean, it might be history or something, but it's pretty crazy what actually happened during those times.
Last year in English class, we read a play. I don't remember what the play was called.
Definitely interesting.
It was about that. I don't remember what that play was called though.
Speaking of Salem, we have to go soon.
Yeah.
Salem is so cool to go to. Which will win, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, the next round.
Oh, the Crucible. That's what the play was
Yeah,
called.
we did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really. Did you watch the movie of it?
Yes.
It was good.
Yeah.
But it's just like. It's like a whole big game of like accusations and
Yeah.
all that.
It gets like maddening after a while.
Yeah.
The Headless Horseman versus Chucky.
This is a weird matchup.
Chucky.
The Headless Horseman is just a guy who rides a horse that doesn't have a head, right?
Correct. But it has the jack-o'-lantern head that it carries around, so I'll show you.
The Headless Horseman is really, really cool looking.
I love the Headless Horseman. It's not like...
It's really cool.
I feel like the Headless Horseman is an underrated thing in horror, I guess. Like, you don't hear about it much compared to these other ones.
Right, because what is it in though? Like, it's just like one of those like.
Sleepy Hollow, the movie. I never saw that. It's just a ghost. It's a ghost of a soldier who was decapitated by cannon fire during the Revolutionary War, and it rides around on its horse with its jack-o'-lantern head. Like, that's so cool.
That makes it so much cooler.
I never liked Chucky. I never got into the Chucky movies. I'm not scared of dolls. I'm not scared of Chucky.
Chucky's not even a full-on horror movie either.
No,
it's a comedy.
It's comedic. Some Chucky movies, because I've watched reviews on a lot of these movies. Some of the Chucky movies try to be scary, and they don't lean into the comedic aspect as much. But
It's almost impossible.
I
It's,
can't-
it's a little ginger doll.
yeah, like, you're either scared of dolls or you're not. Same as with, like, clowns, you're either scared or you're not. And I'm just not scared of dolls. So
Yeah, I don't think I am either, really. I mean, obviously, if there was Chucky running around our house, I think that'd be a different
Yeah,
story.
if it was
but
real, but the Headless Horseman is so much cooler and better.
I don't even
Yeah.
think the Headless Horseman is scary. It's just cool.
I mean,
I'm
it-
sure in
if
the
you-
movie
it
it's
is kind
portrayed.
of scary.
if you're-
It's a dude with no
Say
head.
you're driving around at night and you see like a
Well,
guy
yeah,
riding a horse.
I mean, that actually, now that you say that,
Yeah.
that would be terrifying. But just
Um,
even like the idea of it is like badass.
A mummy versus Norman Bates from Psycho.
Okay, what did Norman Bates do? Because I think of the fucking TV show Bates Motel,
Norman Bates.
but I know it's from Psycho.
Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out if Norman Bates killed anybody or he did this stuff with his mom.
Well, I know in the TV show he did all this stuff with his mom. But
Yes, so he killed his mom and then apparently he digs up her corpse and assumes her personality to preserve the illusion of her being alive.
What do you mean?
So he kills his mom. He can't bear the fact that she's dead. So he basically develops a personality disorder and starts acting like his mom as well as himself.
Like a split personality?
Yeah. I'm not so clear. I wish I was more clear on this. I never watched Psycho or any of this media, but he's just just another kind of like Hannibal Lecter, like a
He's just
crazy
guy with a
crazy
mental
guy.
illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is Psycho.
Right,
So,
but
yeah.
a mummy?
A mummy is so much cooler.
Exactly. It's a undead Egyptian king, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a what would come out of a coffin? Not a coffin. I'm sorry.
A tomb.
A sarcophagus. Is it a sarcophagus?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought that was a thing at the back of your throat.
That's your esophagus.
Yeah, a mummy is much cooler and could be scary.
Yeah.
If it's done right, it looks pretty freaky. If the flesh is like decaying and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mummy's gonna win here.
Yeah. Was that the end of the round?
No, there's
No.
3 more.
Boy.
So this is what I was talking about before: a demon/devil versus Pennywise the clown. Now this could be Pennywise from the original It or the new It.
Just both.
Yeah. Can't Pennywise turn into anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can like shift. Pennywise is really cool.
And this is like a demon with, like I said, a red demon with a pitchfork and
Right. But
tail.
Pennywise also gets beaten by a group of kids.
yeah, I'm not scared of clowns at all either. So this is hard
And
for me
also-
to get behind.
The whole thing was in the movie It, once they realized they weren't scared of him, that
Yeah.
was the whole
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
They
that's
can
that's the
kill him.
power he has over them is people
Right.
being scared of him.
once they weren't scared of him anymore, he like died. So I feel like that alone just discredits him a lot.
Pennywise is kind of
It's very goofy.
he's kind of a pushover. I
I've
don't know.
never watched it. Is it actually scary? People say it.
The original one isn't at all.
No, but is the second one?
I don't think they're that scary. I never watched them either, but
I mean, I guess there can be like those certain points where it like builds up tension,
yeah.
but
It's not like a jump scare movie, is it?
I think that's what's scary about it is like a clown jumping out and stuff. I don't know.
or maybe like the way he eats people because he
Yeah.
has like thousands of teeth or whatever. And then
I don't know. I just don't
chomps
think he's
them
that scary. I think the original Pennywise look is scarier.
Well, isn't it supposed to be whatever you're most afraid of? He kind of like takes the form of.
Yeah,
down. Yeah.
I know in like the originals remake, I mean, I'm sure it's in the first one too, but the kid has to kill his younger brother because he like got possessed.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the movie, he had like the
Yeah.
boat that floated into the sewer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A demon is not really. There's nothing like special about it though.
But
I don't love Pennywise, but
you're right about the demon.
it might be better than the
I
demon.
think the demon's a lot cooler looking,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Again,
I don't think
this
either
is
of
a-
these
this
guys
is-
are
this
gonna
is
win.
a tough one. I think. I mean, I would just put Pennywise.
Yeah, I'll say Pennywise.
But let's just, for the sake of it, can we go with the original Pennywise?
Sure.
At least so we can vouch for some looks, because that Pennywise is at least like, I think that one's scarier just because it looks more like a
The new one's not bad.
no.
The Grim Reaper versus Reagan McNeil, who is the girl who gets possessed in The Exorcist.
So
She gets possessed by the Pazuzu demon.
You said Cody versus the Pazuzu demon?
All right, buddy.
I said the Grim Reaper.
Oh, I thought you said Grip Reaper. Sorry.
Dude,
What?
what are you talking about, dude? Grim.
Oh, okay. So
This is kind of tough.
the Exorcist girl, she's like the one that gets like tied to the bed, and she's like,
Yeah, you know that famous I'll look it up.
she like turns green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. Do you ever see Scary Maze Game?
No, is it a movie?
Oh
No, it's
no,
that thing
yeah.
where
The dot like moves through the
This-
maze.
this picture like pops up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scary Maze Game. It's like you're playing a maze, and if you touch the side of the
Oh yeah.
thing with your mouse, this thing pops up and screams. I used to be absolutely petrified
Yeah.
of this face.
Yeah. Now that
Um,
you showed me, I might.
See, that face isn't scary to me because I never watched The Exorcist, but last week I watched Scary Movie 2, and they did a
Parody.
parody of The Exorcist, and she was in it. It was the exact face. It was just funny.
So
I think I'm more
but-
scared of it just because of that maze game.
yeah, The Exorcist is from 1973, and I never watched The Exorcist because apparently The Exorcist is like like actually scary. Like, I guess if you're scared of demonic possession, it's more scary.
Do you
But-
believe in that in real life that people
No.
can actually get possessed?
No, I think anyone who says or anyone who like claims they saw possession, probably just saw someone with like a mental illness that was untreated or something like that.
Probably.
I think anything else is made up, like people who like float or whatever.
Yeah.
But the stuff that happens in The Exorcist with the demon is like, well, let me show you what the demon looks like because you can see what the demon looks like too. Because that girl's not the demon; she's just possessed by it. This demon's pretty scary looking too.
The Grim Reaper.
This is what the demon looks like.
It looks like
Kind of looks like Dracula a little bit.
It looks like Cardi.
Yeah.
But in The Exorcist, the demon makes her like turn her head around, projectile vomit,
Yeah.
pee herself, have like a demonic voice. She says like crazy things to people. Apparently, it's just a very dark, scary movie for being made in 1973. It holds up from what I've heard.
Yeah.
The Grim Reaper, though, the cloaked skeleton with
With
the
a scythe.
with the
that
scythe.
kills
That-
people on
Untouched,
touch.
Yeah.
he's like the ultimate. Like,
He is
he's the
is
Grim
death.
Reaper. Like
It's
he's
literally death.
the Grim Reaper is like untouchable.
Literally.
Like he's.
Like
it's
you
the,
touch him, you die.
It's the Grim Reaper. Like I can't vote against it.
All right, especially against. I mean, like, who would win?
The
Her
Grim-
or the Grim Reaper? She's winning.
Well,
I
She's
think he
already,
would.
like,
I think he
dying
would
anyway.
laugh at a demon.
Exactly.
I don't
That's
think.
like.
You
That's
think the
like.
Grim Reaper is like scared of anything? It's the goddamn Grim Reaper.
All I think was the Grim Reaper from Family Guy, which even that one is hilarious.
It's the Grim. Like, come on, we have to move on. The Grim Reaper.
Right. It's a skeleton
Yeah.
wearing a cloak with a scythe that you literally can't even. You
Oh, yeah,
can,
I have
just
a-
can't.
I have a tapestry with the Grim Reaper on it.
What are those? Who's that? Who are those comics by? I love those comics.
Stephen Rhodes, I think.
Yeah.
Stephen Rhodes has really cool art.
There's like 3 of them in here,
Yeah.
and I have a T-shirt.
The last matchup is Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus a troll.
I'm sorry, but this is what I think of when I see the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah, from Billy
Courage.
and Mandy.
No, from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, is that from Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I just searched it up.
I thought it was from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's from.
Wait, I'm actually confused now. Is this the one?
Look up Grim Adventures of. I think it's Billy and Mandy. I don't know why doesn't sound right to me. What the hell was that?
Sorry, I was taking a sip of my drink.
While he's looking that up, a troll versus Leatherface.
Oh, it is. That's weird. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, that
I
show was
think
good.
Of all the psycho like people who are just killers, I think Leatherface is the coolest.
Look right behind you.
You have a little
I have a
A little
little
like figure.
Leatherface figure. It looks like a like what would you call that? Like a voodoo doll
Yeah.
Yeah.
dressed
Yeah.
up as Leatherface.
Yeah.
Um, Leatherface is kind of like a weird one because Leatherface is not. How do I put it? Like Leatherface's family manipulates him into being the killer of the family. Like he's the butcher of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Because Leatherface is he has the mind of like a little kid. Like
Yeah.
if you ever watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he doesn't talk. He like whines and like plays with
He's
stuff.
mentally
Yeah,
challenged.
yeah.
He didn't. He. It's what well, I don't know what it's called, but when you don't develop.
Yeah. So
He's-
Leatherface is like he obviously a huge presence, but he's not a monster like Freddy Krueger. Like he's not killing
Right.
because he like loves it. You know
But
what I
then
mean?
what is a troll?
Like a cave troll with like a club, like a like this like kind of like a goblin, but it's like a giant.
I thought trolls were supposed to be little though.
Well,
Yeah, right.
it depends on what you want to do. Because the goblin was a little thing, so I figured the troll could be like this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, either way, I'm gonna pick Leatherface here.
A troll just has like a giant club and is like a big ogre, basically.
Yeah, I would
But
still go
Leatherface,
Yeah.
I think of troll and goblin as like the same kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
thing.
Goblins. I just think of that one as small and one as a giant like beast.
Yeah.
Leatherface wins. That took longer than I thought it would. Round 2. Now that we've talked about them, it might be a little easier.
Yeah.
Vampire versus Michael Myers.
I think these rounds will go a lot quicker.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I like a vampire better.
I don't. I mean, I agree. I don't like Michael Myers that much. Like, I like Jason a lot more.
Yeah.
When you're comparing
Yeah.
the two.
Even Freddy, I like more.
Yeah.
So, okay, a vampire will win. Jigsaw versus Pinhead.
Pinhead.
This is where Jigsaw has met his match.
Jigsaw again. I didn't want Jigsaw to go ahead.
You're not catching the Hell Priest in a Jigsaw trap.
Absolutely not.
As a matter of fact, Pinhead has, like, he can summon hooks out of, like, thin air and then pull people apart.
Yeah. All right.
So that happens in Hellraiser. It's crazy.
Should we like once we find the winner of this? Should we watch the movie of whoever wins? Like the
Yeah, we
most
could.
famous movie of.
We could.
Yeah.
it?
I hope a monster wins so we could watch, like, a movie from the 40s, like a Creature from the Black Lagoon or something.
Was that the swap monster?
Pretty much. Pinhead will win against Jigsaw.
Yeah.
A werewolf versus Jason Voorhees.
I mean, Jason's winning, right? In a
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. And he's cooler too.
Jason's cooler too. Like if you think about like Jason X when he like went to space.
Yeah.
Or when he went to hell.
Jason Voorhees is pretty awesome. I gotta say.
He was like a little kid and he like died. He like drowned, right? And then like
Yeah.
came back to life.
Jason's kind of a demon. Like he's not a human.
right. He's not alive anymore.
Jason over the werewolf.
He just
Okay.
wears a hockey mask too.
The Xenomorphs versus Ghostface.
Ooh.
Please tell me the Ghostface is not going to win again.
No, I don't think he will. I think the xenomorph's the alien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the alien idea a lot.
Xenomorphs
Right.
are badass too.
The idea is very cool. Ghostface. Then now is where you're at. Like okay, Ghostface is just.
We should watch Alien.
Why don't we watch Predator versus Alien?
It kind of
that
sucks.
one not good?
It kind of sucks. It's not a horror movie at all. It's an action movie. It's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. No, but yeah.
And they have multiple species of them, so
Yeah. Xenomorph's going to win.
Yeah.
A zombie versus Freddy Krueger.
Ooh.
Now, here's what I'm picturing. I'm
We got-
picturing Freddy Krueger taking on a zombie and just like making jokes the whole time and making fun of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I mean, Freddy can't go out yet.
no, and I think Freddy could beat hordes and hordes of zombies.
Right. I mean, like what even happens to Freddy if he gets bit by a zombie? What?
I don't know, but I don't think he just turns into a zombie.
I mean, Freddy's just a burn victim, right?
Yeah.
But he also can go into people's dreams. So
Yeah, Freddy's crazy. I think Freddy wins.
you agree?
yeah.
Okay.
A witch versus the headless horseman.
I mean,
Um.
realistically, the witch can do more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but-
witch can do more, but the headless horseman is a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Headless Horseman's not getting out yet, I don't think. Headless Horseman is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just cool though. Like what?
I mean,
It's
the witch
still a-
could throw like a splash potion of poison or something.
I mean, it's still a spirit, though. It's an apparition, the Headless
What
Horseman.
is a witch? It's a
It's just a spell maker, really.
It's like it's a human, but it's like an enchanted human, I guess. Like it's
it's like a wizard. Same thing.
yeah,
right?
like
It's
an-
just a female.
an enhanced human, I guess. I don't know. I think the Headless Horseman is gonna win here. I like witches, and I like the classic Halloween witch, but I'm
They
not
always
really.
have that like weird bump on their nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not really sold on the witch beating the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mummy versus Pennywise.
I
I don't really care either way, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think mummies would win against Pennywise.
Yeah, I think Pennywise can move on still.
Yeah.
I mean, he's more iconic, I guess.
A mummy's cool, but how much is it gonna do? How far can it go?
It's just gonna get unwrapped and then die.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And the Grim Reaper versus Leatherface.
Again, I mean,
Well, Leatherface is cool, and he's like the giant butcher with a chainsaw. The Grim Reaper with that scythe is just better.
I think the Grim Reaper might go. I don't know. I have a couple in my head that might
Yeah, me too.
might be able to take it.
Grim Reaper's
Yeah.
gonna move on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A vampire versus Pinhead.
Ooh. This is very interesting.
This is the Elite Eight, by the way.
All right.
Now, I like Pinhead, but I think a vampire.
Can vampires fly around without having to be a bat?
I don't think so.
with their cape though, can't they just like glide?
Maybe.
Aren't they fast too? Aren't vampires really fast?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the Hotel Transylvania movie. Because I think they do float, I guess. I don't know about like full on fly. They do float, I think.
I think a vampire is gonna win for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like Pinhead. Pinhead's cool. He has one of the coolest designs.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think.
enough about Pinhead now though, so we
Yeah.
gotta.
Looks like a pincushion.
Yeah, a vampire will win. I think. Jason Voorhees versus a xenomorph. Now this would be a fun fight to see.
Yeah, that would be a very like.
Think about him just like slaughtering the aliens with his machete and like them like swarming him and
Who
stuff.
do you think would win though?
Is Jason the one that like walks slowly towards people?
I don't know if Jason.
No, Jason. That's Michael Myers, right? Jason can.
I think he can run. I think Jason's like scary. He's like a linebacker.
Yeah, he's built like a.
Jason's
fucking tank.
huge. Yeah. He's basically a walking tank wearing a hockey mask and a machete.
Oh, I got them mixed up then.
Yeah, Michael Myers is where he just like.
Yeah.
I think Jason would win.
Well, if it's 1 versus 1, then yeah.
I think
agree.
overall he'd win too.
Well, you can't kill Jason, so eventually, like, they would just run out of aliens, unless the aliens captured him, because Jason gets captured in like every movie and then breaks out.
Yeah.
So
And they could bring him. I was gonna say they could bring him to space, but he literally goes to space.
There's a
And
movie,
then
Jason X.
Jason X is so fun. It's such like a
That-
bad
that
movie,
movie's-
but it's so
That
fun.
movie's very fun.
I think Jason wins here, in the round and in real or not real life,
Yeah,
but
no, I agree.
Yeah.
this is tough. Freddy Krueger versus the Headless Horseman.
I mean, this isn't tough for me. I love Freddy still.
I think yeah,
Freddy, I just like
because I'm going based off just how the Headless Horseman looks.
right, and then after that, what does he have?
Yeah,
He
he's
can
not really.
walk on a horse.
He's just
Well,
a
He can't
soldier,
even walk. He doesn't even have a head.
Well, walk with a horse.
just a ghost of a soldier.
Exactly.
Freddy wins, I think. Pennywise versus the Grim Reaper. Do we even have to talk?
X.
Next.
Grim Reaper moves on.
Pennywise, obviously.
Final four, and you know what's funny? That we didn't plan this,
Is there 2 of each?
but no, we didn't plan this, but it could. There are two. There it is. Monster versus Icon. In
Is
both
there a
these
chance it
rounds.
comes down to Freddy versus Jason?
Yes, we didn't even plan this. I swear, but it
Oh
might
my
end up
God.
being Freddy versus Jason. So, Vampire versus Jason Voorhees.
Oh man. Who would win?
Scarier, it's Jason.
You think so?
I think so. I mean,
Vampires,
seen
there are
bats.
ways. Vampires just go out.
There's
from,
scary vampires though. What's that movie? 28 Days Later or whatever.
I don't know.
Let me hang on. Let me show you real quick. There are scary vampires. It's not just like a guy with a pale face.
I'm just thinking of like goofy, like long face kind
Yeah,
of. Fang.
there are 30 Days of Night. Oh, it's 28 weeks later. But like look at these vampires. They look more like zombies kinda. They have
Yeah.
completely black eyes.
Jason's still.
Yeah.
Like these are more like infected vampires.
Do you remember in Jason X when there was the girls having the slumber party and Jason would lock them in the sleeping bag and whip them around?
Yeah. I think he kills girls like that in every movie. I don't know. I don't want it to be cliche and have it be Freddy versus Jason, so I'm gonna vote vampire. I like vampires better. I like how you know how Playboy Cardi like have like the vampire aesthetic.
Vampires are very cool.
I just like the whole like vibe.
All right,
When it
let's
comes
talk
out-
about it then.
when
We
it-
got
when-
Cardi, Destroy Lonely, Carson, Homicide. What's it called?
the
Yeah,
Fortnite skin.
homicide gang.
Edward from Twilight.
True.
Um,
Dracula.
who's winning in a fight? I
All
think,
the vampires versus.
What happens if vampires suck Jason's blood?
I don't think Jason has any blood. He's not alive. He doesn't need blood.
I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna vote vampire.
I think I'm gonna agree with you because Jason is just a guy in a hockey mask.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a guy though.
Okay, but like we
He's
don't even
an
know what he
undead.
is.
He's kind of like an alien, I guess.
Not really. He's just he's more like a zombie.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It sucks. It's not gonna be Freddy versus Jason, but that's okay. Grim Reaper versus Freddy Krueger. I think Freddy Krueger.
I mean, what the hell is the Grim Reaper? Does the Grim Reaper have like a movie, or is it more of just like a
It's just like a
It's death.
yeah. It's not like a
Like he chooses when you die.
right? It's
He's more of
like
like
a
a-
sign,
like
like
a
a symbol.
yeah, like a myth, like a folklore, like a mythic.
Yeah.
What about
folklore.
the Grim Reaper prank? You ever see that?
No.
I think is it on YouTube?
Probably.
I think I know what you're talking
Where they
about.
play it on the TV.
I think so. I can't. I like vaguely remember it.
It's so stupid.
I feel like Freddy Krueger still wins though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like he could like outsmart and like outwit the Grim Reaper. As stupid
Does
as
Freddy
that.
Krueger ever get defeated?
But doesn't the Grim Reaper just teleport to where you are?
Yeah, but so can Freddy.
But
And I don't think Freddy ever like loses.
well, he can't because remember at the end of the first movie he like dies, but then at the end
When he like
he's just,
sucks the mom through the door. Remember that?
right.
But how
Wait,
would
hold
Death
on, hold
die?
on, hold on. You said he does what? He
He's
sucks the mom through the door.
yeah. Death can't die, so I guess we can't like say who would win in a fight.
Because I don't think
But-
either of them can win. I think.
Are they like the same thing then?
Kinda.
Well, Freddy Krueger is more physical than the
Freddy
Grim
was
Reaper.
Freddy was once a human and once alive.
Right. He was a burn victim.
He died in a
But-
fire.
But isn't Death just bones? So wouldn't that mean he used to be human?
Hold on a minute. So if Freddy's already dead, that means he beat death. He defied death.
Yeah, he's
That right there-
He's immortal. He's
That right there should.
he's surpassed death. Like he surpassed the physical realm.
So that
Yeah,
means
I
he
guess.
literally defeated death.
Yeah.
So in a way, he did defeat the Grim Reaper. Because
Yeah, I
if he's
guess.
already dead, then the Grim Reaper can't come and kill him because he's already dead. I think.
Freddy moves on.
Yeah.
Do you think Grim Reaper's like switch shift?
I think there's one.
I think there's one. I think his name's like Dave. He's just like the Grim Reaper, you know?
Oh yeah,
What's his
Yeah.
name in doesn't he have a name in Family Guy or is it just Death?
I think it is Death.
Did they ever call him something?
I'll look up.
Like think about the
Dave
Grim
Death.
Reaper think about the Grim Reaper having a long day of like granting deaths and then he just like gets a beer after.
Well, that is on Family Guy.
yeah,
He,
that's
like,
what
sits on the couch.
That's what I'm picturing kinda.
Dave Death.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't he in Family Guy he's not a skull or skeleton?
No, he's just a cloak, and then he's a cloak, but then his hands are.
skeleton.
No, because in Family Guy his foot breaks.
Oh yeah, he breaks his foot. I forgot about that.
The final round, by the way, is Freddy Krueger versus Vampire.
Ooh.
So here's the thing: vampires, are they immortal?
No.
Yeah,
Well, okay, they live
they
forever.
live forever.
They live for
Hold on a
hundreds and
minute.
hundreds
They're
of
not
years.
immortal though.
Don't they just
Oh,
live
'cause
very
of the-
long?
Because
garlic.
they won't die of old age, but if they're exposed to sunlight or if they eat garlic, I guess they die.
This is tough because
Right?
I love both. Yeah, you're right. Or like a stake to the heart, or silver.
Is
Like,
that
or is silver a werewolf?
I don't
I think a silver bullet takes out a werewolf. And then if you stake a vampire in the heart, it dies.
um
I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it has a
think you're
heart
right.
or if it just has. If you just stake it at all.
I think you're right.
This is tough because this is a good matchup because it's an icon versus a monster.
this is interesting. They have enhanced strength, speed, and senses. Technically, a vampire can live forever because it doesn't age. Sunlight, garlic, holy water, or a cross.
So obviously, Freddy can defeat a vampire.
Oh, I mean, it says according to folklorists, they're not vulnerable to that stuff. I don't
well,
know.
that's
if
just
this
like
is
those
like
are
a-
just like movie plot devices to kill it.
There's also a way to turn a vampire back to a human. Every vampire nest has an alpha, the vampire who made all the other vampires. If the alpha is killed, all the vampires it had go back to normal.
That's a cool concept.
The most effective method is to decapitate it, or you could chop it into pieces.
We should watch Blade.
This is like a vampire, right?
Yeah,
It's
Blade is
very,
like
like-
they're like vampire hunters. It's so cool. It's fun. I don't really.
So I think Freddy wins here. I feel like Freddy would just go into their dream and make them dream like garlic. Like a giant
I
bowl of
think-
garlic.
I think Freddy would win in a fight, but I think I want to vote for vampire.
Mm.
I'm gonna vote vampire. I think I like vampires a little better.
I do like the lore of vampires too. I think
That's like
more
the
than-
main reason why, and also they look cool.
I'm gonna go with Freddy here, and I'm gonna let Cody decide the winner.
I don't know. I feel like is something like unkillable really? I don't know. I feel like vampires are a lot cooler. Not a lot cooler, but like cooler and like
In a general sense,
yeah.
yeah.
And taking in the Cardi.
I'm glad I brought that up.
I think it is vampire. Vampire in 7.
I would agree with that, but I think vampire should win.
Yeah, that's fine. 2-1. All right.
The winner of the Halloween monster / Halloween icon bracket is a vampire.
So now we have to watch Dracula from like 1931.
There's tons of vampire movies. We could watch any. We could watch Twilight even.
All right.
We could find a vampire movie to watch. Definitely.
All right.
That was fun. I didn't think we would ever debate monsters, but we got into it. We went over an hour.
Yeah.
We have to do a riddle, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have
All right. What's the score? First.
one. Hold on. The score is 5-6 me. Or 5-6 wait.
Who has the
You have
lead?
6. You have 6.
Okay.
I have 5. But I'm on the comeback, right?
Yep.
Alright. I have 2. Just say 1 or 2.
2.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna say that.
What English word do you have the
Yeah.
what English word retains the same pronunciation even after you take away the 4 of its 5 letters?
So it's
It has 5 letters in it.
could that be a trick? Or do you think it actually just has 5 letters?
No, I think it's actually a word. I think it's one of those riddles where there's actually a word.
It's got to be like
I'm trying to think of words that have a lot of. Oh man.
it's got to be a word that sounds like a singular letter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
A B B C C.
no, it's I mean
C.
SE.
Right. D. D. Well, I mean, but what? It's not. It's not D-E-E-E-E-E. Like that's just like a name, like D-E-E.
Yeah. Everything right now I'm
B,
thinking
C,
of has
D,
3 letters. Like
E,
Y.
F.
Well, it wouldn't be Y because that would be W. Then I'm stupid.
Uh-huh. I's. There's
Or
not
no.
even an I. Wait, what'd you say?
I was thinking like Y. Did you say what letters were taken away or does it matter?
Just 4 of the 5.
Okay,
You have
so
10
but it's not.
seconds.
I mean, I can't. I don't think we're gonna get it.
10 seconds. Is it an actual word? Or
Yes,
is it, okay.
it's a word.
I can't think of it right now.
Man. All right. Yeah. Time's
Yeah,
up. I don't.
Last guess.
Penis.
Yeah. We'll go with penis.
What letters would we take away that would still sound like penis?
The word is Q.
Oh, Q
yeah,
U.
yeah, yeah, okay.
How do you spell it? Q
Q
U.
U E U E U. Wait, how do you spell it? How do you spell it?
E-U-E.
I even went through the letters and I said QRSTUV and I was like, oh no.
Because you don't think of Q like.
Damn
you
it.
don't use. We don't really use Q in
Yeah.
America. You use line.
That's a good one. That's
All
a
right,
fair
we're
one.
tied up. We gotta do a tiebreaker on Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, we're gonna.
Well, we mentioned the movie. Do we want to do a riddle on that one or just keep it
Mm,
the movie special?
We can do it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end. We'll do a riddle or at the beginning.
Whatever.
Whatever. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Vampire. FTW.